So, all right. So before we move on to the next one, can we just share with our viewers, parang what other practical things can we do to, apart from spending time with others, what other things can we do to build up and to get to know God more, to just appreciate who He is? What else can we
Well, ako,
do?
practical, ha? Really, I start the day with praying and with reading His Word.
Yep.
You really have to immerse yourself with... Yung iba nga nagtataka bakit walang nangyayari sa kanilang... hindi nila makita ang Diyos. Pero ang Diyos nandiyan dyan lang. Baka buklatin mo lang. O start praying and start talking to Him.
Yeah.
Like you're puzzled bakit walang nangyayari sa relationship niyo mag-anak. Baka you're not doing anything din kasi. So, God is there waiting for you. Now, sometimes it's as quote-unquote, again, easy as sitting down and talking to Him and listening to Him. Now, the more often you do that, the deeper the relationship goes. Same with your friends. Kita mo, mga isang taon lang kayong di mag-usap o isang linggo di mag-usap ng asawa mo o ng anak mo, di ba? Ako, that's unimaginable to me. Pero ang hirap nun, nakakasana yon. Pag di kayo nag-usap ng isang linggo, isang buwan, hanggang hi, hello na lang kayo. But sadly, a lot of Christians are hi, hello.
Yeah.
And then they expect their relationships to grow deeper.
Yep.
No, dapat hindi, it's beyond the hi, hello lang. No, so every morning, I sit in my favorite couch in front of the altar and really spend time with the Lord. No, and open my Bible, no, pray, and then sometimes just keep quiet and just tell the Lord, Lord, I'm here. I just receive you today. And bahala ka ng kumilos ulit. But it's a conscious giving of yourself every day.
Conscious giving of yourself. Love talaga.
Oh, yes.
Love
yes. Kasi
talaga.
time is love. No, but when you give time kasi, that's giving a part of you that will never come back. Diba? So,
Yeah.
when you give a part of you to God every day, magugulat ka kung anong nai-invest mo for eternity.
Amen. That's so beautiful. Conscious giving of yourself. Thank you so much, Brother
Thank
Alvin.
you so much.
We are gonna try to entertain some of the questions from our viewers. So if you have questions, please feel free to write them down now, and we're gonna give you 5 seconds to write down your questions. And let's grab this opportunity to learn through this platform, diba? Through the online platform, and just reach out to us, and we'll really try to answer those questions. So, are you getting any questions? Ayan, sige. So, Brother Alvin, I have one more question. Okay lang
Shoot.
ba? Ayan. Kasi diba sometimes people have a difficulty when it comes to listening.
That's true.
Diba parang sometimes when we spend time, our usual tendency is to, Lord, this is my prayer. This, and everything else. And then I'm done. I'll leave the house. Parang, I spent time with the Lord. I asked, I prayed. But we forget to, how do we practice listening? How is that even done?
Yeah.
Or is that even possible?
In fact, before I answer that, yan din ang sagot sa bakit maraming unanswered prayers. Why?
Hindi nakikinig.
They didn't wait for the answer.
Wala lang. Lord, ganun lang. Puro.
Subukan makapag-usap sa telepono, tapos magsalita, pinatay mo na. Doon sumagot yung, sumasagot
Wow.
ngayon yung kausap mo, pinatay mo na.
Wow, that's a very practical analogy. Diba parang, hello, ito, ganito. Okay, bye.
Now, you didn't even wait for the answer. But I agree that listening, is really a skill, an art, a gift. So ako personally, I had that problem for many years because I'm a talker, I'm a speaker. So I would always think that, listening should be synonymous to humility.
Yeah.
It
I
should
agree.
start with accepting that you don't know everything. You need something and you need somebody and you need others
Yeah.
so that hihinto ka para tumanggap ka. In fact, that's very practical. It's in listening that you receive.
Yes.
Eh ngayon, pag salita ka ng salita, parang you think you're the fountain of knowledge and ikaw lang ang may karapatan magsalita. So, once you accept that you have a need, once you accept that you need God, patatahimikin ka niya.
Amen. And it's yun nga po, no, sabi nyo kanina, it's also part of opening yourself and just receiving.
Yes.
Okay, so we got a question here. It says, how do you love the unlovable? And that's from Kerygma.
I started my talk actually with a music video that I did 15 years ago. Kaya mas gwapo pa ako dun sa video. Ngayon cute na lang ako. It's a song entitled Nakita Ko.
Yeah.
And that was also, my last song was also related to that, yung Jesus ng aking buhay. I love that song. How can you love the unlovable? My quick answer there is always see God in them. Always see Jesus in them. Dun sa music video ko, pinakita ko dun yung painting ni Joey Velasco, yung Hapag ng Pag-asa, wherein instead of the apostles, he puts the children from the slum. At kaibigan ko si Joey, and he's now with the Lord. Pero sabi niya, kasi nung nag-iikot siya sa mga slum, nakita niya si Jesus sa kanila eh. Kaya hindi maging mahirap na i-immortalize niya sila na pininta niya. But that's not the bigger miracle here. Ha? Nung pininta niya yon, ang daming nakakita, sumikat yun eh. Nagpinta siya ng bago after a few years, Hapag ng Pag-asa, naging Hapag ng Galak or something. You know why? Yung mga batang yon dahil sumikat, binigyan ng mga scholarship na mayaman, inampon, binigyan ng bahay.
Wow.
See the miracle when you see Jesus in people? The miracle was, so, ang hirap mahalin ng boss mo, ang hirap mahalin ng mabahong nasa katabi, ang hirap mahalin ng, pero pag nakita mong yung taong yun, mahal din ng Diyos.
Yeah.
Pagmamahal ng Diyos ay nasa Kanya, tulad ng pagmamahal na siya nasa Diyos. You'll start accepting people.
Yeah.
You'll start loving people because you know that God loves them too and that Jesus is in them too. And see, miracles will happen in that person as miracles will happen in you.
That's beautiful. Love the unlovable no matter how hard it is because Jesus is in them. So, thank you for that, Brother Alvin. Now we have another question. How do you pray when you feel so low because of the problems you are encountering? That's from Michelle Brosas.
Alam niyo, itong favorite prayer ko, especially when wala na ako masabi. Wala kang nga sabihin. Be nothing. Eh kung down ka na at walang wala, di iharap mo ang sarili mo sa Diyos na wala.
Wow.
What we sometimes forget is praying is not just talking to God. As we were talking about, it's also listening to God or simply presenting yourself to God. Lord, andito ako. Bagsak ako, Lord. Just say it as it is and then tumahimik ka na. And then let the Lord speak to you, embrace you, comfort you. And you know, when you're down to nothing, baka dyan mo nga ma-discover that God is everything.
Amen.
So when you're down, I think that's where your most powerful prayer will come out.
Have you ever, is there a notable experience where you went through this?
I also shared that quickly kanina sa talk ko when I was dying. No, many people know my story. And there were times that I didn't know what to tell God. You know, for a dying man, ano pang, mamatay na ako. Bahala ka na.
Ano na?
Oh, but you know, I would spend literally hours just sitting, in a church, in Divine Mercy, just not saying anything, desperate, rock bottom, dying.
Hungry.
But again, that's what gave me life, physically and spiritually, by just being nothing to Him.
And you know, exactly the point. God just, will bless you
Oh, yes.
anyhow you are. Diba? Parang yan. So, we have two more questions. So, this one is how to continue loving someone even if he breaks all of his promises, from Sheila Guno.
Well, of course, at the feast, we are reminded that we've got to love unconditionally, we've got to love, but also learn how to love yourself. No, I don't know what promises were broken there. Well, may mga promises naman na madali mo siguro patawarin kung promise lang yan na i-treat ka sa, pero yung mga promises na mabibigat, then you also have to protect yourself. Halimbawa, baka yan ay business partner na naloko ka ng millions, di ba? Well, we're not saying to
Yeah.
i-condemn mo na yung taong yun habang buhay, but you also now become a little more cautious.
Yeah.
So that you get to love people, but pero siyempre babawasan mo na yung fellowshipping with them. Iba yun eh. Iba yun, no? So, I still love you, pero siguro hindi ka na muna makakautang uli sa akin hanggat di mo binabayaran yung 2 million mo. Bakit ka nun ba?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, know the extent of that promise broken. Pag kailangan i-repair din yon, continue loving the person, but you set boundaries now and limitations.
Okay, so this is our last question. How can we see Jesus in people who hurt us? From Neri Constantino. Ang lalim ng hugot nito ah.
How can you see people, how can you see
Jesus?
Jesus in people who hurt you? See yourself when you hurt others and Jesus still loved you. Sabi ko palagi kanina, baka yung sinasabi mong pinagtsatsagaan mong mahalin kasi ang hirap mahalin, ganun ka din dati. Baka hanggang ngayon, ikaw yun eh. Yet, God never fails and God never stops loving you. Now, di ba? Pag ako lang, yun ang paalala palagi sa akin eh. God loved me at my worst. So pag meron isang taong at his worst, this is my chance, my golden opportunity to love as Jesus did.
Wow.
When He loved me despite me. Ito, andali magmahal pag mabango, pag mabait, pero pag mahirap mahalin, ito pagkakataon, maging Jesus ako. Mahirap. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's an opportunity that you become Jesus.
And you do it little by little every day.
Oh, yeah. Again, one moment, one
Yeah.
day at a time, one conversation at a time.
Yeah. Wow. Guys, sa totoo lang, kung pwede lang, tuloy-tuloy lang, keep your questions coming, but we have to move back to the plenary session. So, thank you, Brother
thank you.
Alvin, really for spending time with us, for answering their questions, for sharing the message that you've shared earlier, and for being God's vessel, and for being the channel of His love, not just to the people here, but to people across the world who are also watching. So thank you for being a huge blessing, not just to the Light of Jesus family, but to the entire community, to the entire world. Thank you, Brother Alvin. So is there like any parting message that you wanna share to everyone else?
Well, for our KCON participants, just continue to open up yourself to God's surprises and God's blessings. It's just day one. No, ang dami ng blessing na tanggap. Imagine, 4 days, 3 days more of outpouring of God's blessing. But KCON doesn't stop here. No, God's love doesn't stop here. So every day of your life, know that God pours out His blessing, invites you and knocks at your door. And sometimes all you have to do is to open up and let Him do the embracing, do the working, while you continue to cooperate by giving yourself to Him. At siguradong mayroong magandang mangyayari sa iyo.
Yeah!